Hello friends, now we are going to see the program to reverse nodes in linked list in a group of size equal to k. In my previous video, I have explained the whole algorithm for reversing nodes in the linked list in groups. So if you have not seen that video, then please watch that video so that you can completely understand this code. So let's begin with the code. The name of the function is swap groups and there are two parameters. One is the starting of the linked list and the other is the group size. So in this example we are taking the group size as 4. This means k is equal to 4. So let us start. So as I had told you in the video, we have to reach to the kth node of the original linked list. So for example, the kth node in this example is D, because that is the fourth node and k is equal to 4. In this example also, this is the fourth node and in this example this is the fourth node. So the importance of the kth node in the linked list is that the kth node in the original linked list is the starting node in the new linked list in our answer. So for example, in this case the answer will begin with D, that is D, C, B, A, and then it will be forwarded to other nodes. In this case it will be H, G, F, E and further. So which is why it is very important to reach to the kth node so that we get the new start. So this is what is done here. While counter is not equal to k, we are doing p is equal to p points next. So p will continue going to the next node till counter becomes equal to k. So after it becomes equal to k, we will come out of this while loop. Now the first example here does not satisfy this condition. So how it is? You can see the length of this linked list is 3. There are only 3 nodes in the linked list and our k is equal to 4. So the length n is less than k, which is why we cannot go to the kth node. In this case, we do not reverse this linked list and our answer is the linked list as it is. So A, B, C null. This is our answer. So if length of the linked list is less than k, that is the group size, then we reverse the linked list as it is. Let's go further. So after we come out of this while loop for this second example, then the next question is how do we reverse the pointers? Because now it should become D, C, B, A. So let's see now how to do that. As you know, the new start is P. So as the P has jumped to the fourth node in this while loop, the next line is new start equal to P. So this NS means new start. So our new start will point to P. So D is our new start in the new linked list and Q is equal to new start. So Q will also point to P. So this node D. Now in the while loop you will further understand why this Q is used. So P is equal to start. So the P which was pointing here will again point to start now, and temporary variable temp will point to the next node of Q. So Q is pointing to D, so the next node of Q is null. So temp will become null. if temp equal to null, yes, this condition is satisfied now because temp has become null. Then we make the linked list reverse. So reverse of p. P means the starting of this linked list. So we reverse this linked list. This reverse is a function. I have explained the reverse function in my another video on my channel. You can see that video to understand the program for reverse function. So after we reverse, we get the answer as D, C, B, A, and A will be connected to null. So this is how this code executes on this second example. Now let's execute this code on the third and the fourth example. So here for the third example, in this while loop we will reach up to this D in this while loop. So P will also point to D. As you know, this is the start of the linked list. After this while loop, new start will point to P, that is the fourth node. Then Q will also point to D. So Q and P will point to D. You know this in these examples how it was done. Now in the while loop, P is equal to start. So as you know, P again points to start node, and then temp is equal to Q points next. If you have seen my previous video, you can understand while we can store the address of the next node, that is the first node in the next group, in temporary variable, so that we do not lose the address of that variable, because now we are going to delete this pointer, and what we are going to assign to this pointer is here, that is Q points next equal to null. So Q points next, so the next pointer of Q, that is D, will point to null. So this is a question now, why we are pointing the last node in this group to null? This is because we want to use a function whose name is reverse. So this reverse function, we need an independent linked list to pass to this function so that it can reverse the linked list, this linked list. For us this is a group, but for this function it is an independent linked list. So we will pass this linked list to that function further in the program. So now let's go ahead. So Q is equal to temp. The next line is Q is equal to temp. So Q will point to E now. I will just make it clean. Now start is equal to temp. So this start pointer will jump to temp. So here you will understand in the next iteration why we did all this. Now in this while loop, counter is not equal to k. So as we have entered in the next group, we need to reach to the kth element of this group, that is the fourth element, which is why we are using the counter again, and the square which I have made here. So this is a condition, this is a breaking condition for this while loop, and this condition is satisfied in our fourth example. So for now just ignore this condition. We will directly go to the next line. So while counter is not equal to k, temp is equal to temp points next. So our temp will reach to the fourth node. Now temp will point to H. Now we will come out of the while loop because CNT will become equal to 4 after we trace all the 4 nodes in this group. So when we come out of the while loop, there is a function named reverse. So this function is taking p as the parameter. So you know p is pointing to the starting node of this group. So after we pass p to the reverse function, then the whole list will be reversed. That is, this group will be reversed. So what will be returned now? So the return thing will be D, C, B and A. So D, C, B, A will be returned and the last node will point to null. So this is the reversed group. Now after reversing the group, the next line P points next equal to temp. So as you know, P is holding the address of A. So P will point here and the next pointer of P will point to temp. So what is temp? Temp is H. So now you can see DCBA and after that it will point to H. And now Q equal to temp. So the last line is Q. Q will point to temp in this while loop. After ending this while loop, now you will get all the answers. In the new while loop, you will get all the answers why all these assignments have been done. So now starting is E. So P is equal to start. So P will point to the starting node. Then temp equal to Q points next. As you know, we have to store the address of I. So temp is pointing to I, and then if temp equal to null, obviously temp is not null, and now Q points next equal to null. So as you know, Q is pointing here already. Q points next equal to null because we want this to be an independent linked list for passing this group to the reverse function. And now the next line Q is equal to temp. So Q will also point to temp, that is the starting of the next group. So again in this while loop, temp will reach to the fourth node, that is L, and Q is pointing to I again. So start is equal to temp, so start will point to I again, and then here we will reverse the linked list. So this list, this group will be reversed. So H, G, F, E, it will become as H, G, F and E, and the last will point to null. After reversing, P points next equal to temp. So E will, as you know, P is holding the address of E. E will point to temp and Q equal to temp. So Q will jump to the fourth node in this group. Again going to the next iteration now. P is equal to start. So P will point to I, that is the start. Temp equal to Q points next. So temp will go to the next node of Q, that is null. So now this condition is satisfied if temp equal to null. So if this condition is satisfied, then we just reverse the previous group, that is this group. So this group is reversed now and it will become L, K, J and I, and after reversing, automatically the last node will be assigned null. So the last node's next pointer will be assigned to null. So in this way we execute this code on the third example. Now let's execute this code on the fourth example. In this example there are 7 elements in the linked list, and as 7 is not a multiple of 4, there will be one group at the end which will not contain 4 elements. It will contain less than 4 elements. So let us see what do we do in this case. So this is the first group and this is the last group which contains only 3 elements. It doesn't have 4 elements. So in this case, in the code, in this while loop, before counter becomes 4, temp reaches null. So before counter becomes 4, the temp points next will be null. So the next of temp will be null, and this is where we return. So this is where the while loop breaks and we return from the function. So the answer for this example will be DCBA, and the last group will remain as it is. We will not reverse it, and G will point to null. So this is how we execute this code on these 4 examples. And friends, you can get the full code on this link, that is github.com/Vivekanand44. Hey friends, please subscribe to my channel as I post algorithm videos every day. And if you want a video on any particular topic, then please mention in the comment below. Thank you.